Raja Dinkar Kelkar Museum, I think, is one of the finest example of lifetime dedication given single-handedly by one man. And that one man was none other than the founder of the museum, the late Dr. Dinkar Kelkar. Raja was the name of his only son, who unfortunately passed away at the age of 10. So Dr. Kelkar, for him, the museum became Raja. Dr. Kelkar started in 1920 with one object, that was miniature painting. And the concept of museum started coming into reality somewhere around 1935-1940. Initially, the name of the museum was Raja Kelkar Historical Collections. After that, the name got as Raja Sangrah, and finally it became today's Raja Dinkar Kelkar Museum. It all started in his own house. He was a family man, a middle class, mediocre man in that way. But he was well supported by his elder brother, Dr. Bhaskar Gangadhar Kelkar, his wife, my grandmother, Srimati Kamlabai Kelkar, and along with his daughter, the only survived daughter, Srimati Rekha Hari Ranade, and all those people who were the well-wishers of late Dr. Kelkar. So it started from his house. Slowly he started receiving support and acknowledgement from the community at large. Couple of industrialists like Shantanu Kirloskar, then Chandrasekhar Agashe, Dada Abhyankar, all the Firodiyas, they started supporting him and realizing a man who is doing something extraordinary for the society. Over a period of time, somewhere around 1961-62, the government of Maharashtra, during the times of the former Chief Minister Yashwantrao Chauhan, the government started giving some little grant, and within a span of time, his collection started getting a shape of a museum. Perhaps again I say that the museum was a new concept to India and all the Indians, but we can call him one of the pioneers of Indian museums.
I could have an opportunity to see him twice, and we had a little discussion regarding this sort of collection. I was in a way curious to know how he could manage to collect thousands of artifacts, objects, etc. And he explained me these things. He was a man full of humor. At the same time, he was very straightforward. Though he was in a way sometimes in his life a sort of pauper, he could manage to get borrow money from some of his friends. Sometimes he has to sell out the ornaments of his wife for collection of these things. And he is little bit full of whims also. And probably I think that because of this whimsicality, he could devote his life for the collection of these things. Even I know that some of the incidents. Raja, this Salarjan, people from Salarjan Institute and Salarjan himself had visited Dinkar Kelkar and had asked whether he could get all these objects to display at Salarjan Museum at Hyderabad. He did not move. He was not that selfish. Dinkar Kelkar, I mean. He said, no, money doesn't matter. whatever you give to me, I don't think that this is adequate price of these collections which I have made, he used to say. And he did not sell anything, any object from his museum. Then I remember an incident when the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi visited this place. He showed a gallery in which the objects, the antiquities, drapery, etc., which have been exclusively for women folk. So Indira Gandhi was very much pleased and impressed with this sort of collection, and he probably had given some amount for the extension of the building of museum.
राजा दिनकर केळकर संग्रहालयाचे संस्थापक डॉक्टर केळकर म्हणजे आमच्या सगळ्यांचे काका यांच्याबरोबर काम करायची संधी मला मिळाली. 1978 मध्ये साधारण मी संग्रहालय जॉईन केलं. त्यावेळी संग्रहालय वगैरे ह्या कल्पना एवढ्या आता जशा लोकांना निदान माहिती असतात तशा माहिती सुद्धा नव्हत्या. आम्हालाही असं एक कुतूहल असायचं की काय आहे ह्याच्यात. आणि जेव्हा आम्ही इथे प्रत्यक्ष पाहिलं तेव्हा इतक्या जिद्दीने चिकाटीने ते ज्या वस्तू जमा करत होते, आम्हालाही काही वेळेला वाटायचं की ह्या वस्तू जमा करून नक्की काय हे साधणार आहेत. पण त्यांना असं इतिहास आणि याच्याबद्दल संस्कृतीबद्दल निश्चितच प्रेम होतं. तर जसं त्यांनी स्वतःच्या कविता मागे घेऊन ते गेले त्याचप्रमाणे त्यांना असंही वाटलं की ह्या ज्या वस्तू आज आपल्याला दिसत आहेत त्या भविष्य काळात कदाचित यांचा उपयोग काय किंवा या वस्तू कशासाठी काय आहेत हे सुद्धा लोकांना समजणार नाही. आणि ती जी जाण त्यांच्यात होती ती मला वाटत नाही की त्यावेळच्या ह्याच्यात कोणाला असं काही वाटत असेल. त्यामुळे त्यांना असं एक वेड्याने झपाटल्यासारखं त्यांचं ते कार्य असायचं. आणि म्हणजे थोडक्यात सांगायचं झालं तर वर्तमान काळात त्यांनी भूतकाळ हा भविष्यासाठी जपला. ते कवी मनाचे असल्यामुळे हळवे होते, मायाळू होते, प्रेमळ होते. पण हे सगळं बाजूला ते सरकवायचे जेव्हा त्यांच्या एखाद्या वस्तूला काही कुठून धक्का लागला किंवा एखादी वस्तू सापडली नाही. मग मात्र काकांचं आम्हाला अजिबात म्हणजे सहन होणार नाही इतका राग मात्र सोसावा लागायचा. रात्री सुद्धा ते आम्हाला ती वस्तू तिथे मला मिळाली तरच तुम्ही घरी द्यायचं असे स्ट्रिक्ट ऑर्डर सुद्धा करायचे. पण यामुळे काय झालं की एक वस्तू ती जपणं त्याचं महत्व असं आम्हाला की बाकीच्यांपेक्षा आपण वेगळे होतो. आपण इथे त्या वस्तू जपण्यासाठी होतो. बाकीचे लोक वस्तू येतील, बघतील आणि निघून जातील. पण ही वस्तू आपल्याला जपायची आहे ही त्यांनी सगळ्या स्टाफ मध्ये भावना जपली. आणि गाईड करण्यात पण आम्हाला इतकं मजा वाटायची. ऍक्च्युअल जरी आमची पोस्ट गाईडची नसली तरी की एवढ्या मोठमोठ्या व्यक्ती येत आहेत त्यांना आपण काहीतरी दाखवतोय याचा एक अभिमान असायचा. आणि जशी काही ती वस्तू त्या कलाकारांनी निर्माण केलेली नसून ती माझी आहे आणि तुम्ही बघायला आलात अशा पद्धतीत आम्ही त्या पद्धतीत काम केलेलं आहे. जसं आम्ही आमचे साहेबही आम्हाला नेहमी म्हणतात की तुम्ही इमोशनल मालक आहात याचे. त्यामुळे पूर्ण म्युझियम हे आपलंच आहे. त्यातलं कुठलंही काम असो, कुठलीही वस्तू असो ही भावना आमच्या सगळ्या स्टाफमध्ये असल्यामुळेच संग्रहालय आज म्हणजे तसा अपुराच असले स्टाफ असून सुद्धा व्यवस्थितपणे संग्रहालय चालतंय. तर मला वाटतं की हीच भावना जास्त जोपासणं हे जास्त चांगलं.
Today, if we look at the size of the collection, which is now to the tune of more than 20,000 pieces, and the same collection is divided into 42 sections, out of which if we start our journey from the starting point, then we can have a look at the Lord Vishnu, which is from the 16th century and which was found near the Sinhagad fort. So that is perhaps my favorite object from what we call the area as the L passage. One masterpiece, if we really call, is the house shrine, which is made up of silver having gold plating, which is from Y district Satara. So that is my masterpiece in the gallery number 2. Then we move on to the collection of kitchen utensils. This museum stands as an everyday art and crafts of India, which talks about the traditional life of millions of Indians. Then we move on to the last floor, where we call that as a special exhibition hall. There you can find most of the weaponry. Apart from the weaponry, we do have wooden artifacts from Savantwadi, and there you will find Krishna Sudama story, and then we have Pabuji's Pad, then the big drum of Chieftain Maharji Shinde. So these are all my favorite objects. Then we go down to floor number 3, which is the Gallery of Textiles. There you will find a variety of textile material, in which I like the Chandrakala. That is a typical different sari. Then we have Paithani, then we have a Garo, a Parsi sari. Plus we have leather shadow puppets. We have string puppets. But then we move on to the Gallery of Lamps. And plus we have bronzes, then we have writing implements. And in that I like the most the emblem of the museum, which is a lamp which carries images of beating instrument, string instrument, and percussions. So that particular lamp is my favorite. Then we move on to the Gallery of Musical Instruments. It would be very interesting to know that our museum has musical instruments used by masters, and today we have such instruments, around 21 masters. To name few is the Savai Gandharva, Bal Gandharva, Keshav Bhole, then we have Suresh Babu Mane, we have Sajakat Ali, Nazakat Ali, then we have P.L. Deshpande, and very recently we got added a harmonium used by Pandit Govindra Temre. So day by day the size of the collection of musical instruments is also going up. Out of which, if you really ask me, I like one artifact which is called as Sarinda, which was used by P.L. Deshpande in a famous Marathi movie called Golacha Ganpati. Then we move on to a really a marvelous and masterpiece which tells us a story of love between the former Prime Minister of state Peshwa Bajirao I and legendary beautiful lady Mastani. Mastani Mahal was originally built by Bajirao Peshwa between 1730 and 1734, which was earlier located at a place called Kothru, and some industrialists wanted to buy that piece of land. And for him, the Mastani Mahal located on that piece of land was like an obstacle. But for visionary like Dr. Kelkar, it was like an opportunity. So golden balance was struck between obstacle and opportunity, and with the help of skilled carpenters and his own daughter, my mother, Raja Ranade, and my grandmother, Kamlabai Kelkar, they all put together, numbered each and every pillar and wooden artifacts, and rebuilt, reconstructed same Mastani Mahal as it is. So I think for his noble work, the Association of Architects Association of India rewarded Dr. Kelkar with a fellowship.
The most required thing for this Dinkar Museum is the adequate space, and for that we should be in the need of a huge complex. You would be wonderstruck to know that there are 20,000 objects which are not being displayed because of lack of space. And moreover, the present museum is not a building which is constructed in a modern sense of the building of museum. Government has promised to give some 5-6 acres of land near Balewadi in Pune, it requires more than that crores of rupees. We, authorities are trying to get these funds as well as the permission from the government. But if that is given, then there would be very big scope for extension of the museum. And more than that, museum building is to be modeled in such a way that the objects, the artifacts, the paintings, they are to be given highlight. Unless you do all these things in a modern way of construction of the building, there won't be any attraction as far as museum is concerned. At the moment, this Raja Dinkar Kelkar's house that has been used for this displaying of these objects, and some more land has been given by the corporation in the adjacent to the present building. But that also is not modeled according to the norms of building of the museum. So if that is done, then all objects which have been stored in a sort of godown at the moment can be displayed. And people would get more interest in going to the museum to see these things. Because through objects, through things which are visible, young generation can get more knowledge about these things. We teach, say, about artifacts which we excavate from various excavations from various sites. Unless these potteries, these objects, they are shown to the students, I don't think they can have a proper perspective regarding those objects. So that is very important.
This museum has enormous potential to grow to the international standards. Today, due to the want of space, only roughly 12% of the entire collection is on display. What we would want is really to bring into reality the vision, perhaps we can call as a dream, of the founder of the museum, like Dr. Kelkar. He always wanted to develop a facility which can offer fine cultural, educational, research and recreational facilities under one roof. After putting so much of energy and effort, we got 6 acres of land at a place called Bhavdhan, which is on the National Highway Mumbai-Bengaluru number 4. There we are intending to deliver kind of a museum city which would offer all these facilities, and it should be a major orientation and center of attraction for the tourists coming not only from India but from the world over. Success of the project is up to the God, government and corporates. If these three things, these three powers come together, then I am sure sooner or later we should be able to deliver that kind of a state-of-the-art yet very meaningful museum city at Bhavdhan, Pune.